Good morning to everyone. How are you doing today? Fine, thanks. Well, be welcome. Thanks for being here to this conversation club. My name is Martha Mejia. I am an English teacher here in the university. And here today we have a guest. I would like to introduce Jas Bas, who is an internship student. He's from Netherlands, and I would like to thank him for being here and for joining us today. Would you like to say something about you, your place of birth, your studies, your university, something like that?
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm from the Netherlands, Países Bajos in Español, and I'm doing my 4th year studying for being a primary school teacher, meaning I have to do a final internship and a research, and I'm doing both in the Escuela de Idiomas and in a school in Envigado, teaching niños nivel 8 for English, and then I have some time in the week where I try to help with the cultural activities, like the conversation club, and like tomorrow there is a movie club in, I think, that auditorium, and there is sometimes some other clubs that I want to participate in, so that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much. Today also, I would like to introduce Professor Julián Esteban Zapata Gomez, who is the coordinator of English Foreign Program in the university. He wants to say hello, but unfortunately, he cannot be here in this moment. He's outside from the city. So he says hello, and he wants to apologize for not being here due to work and labor activities. Be proud and be confident to talk into Spanish. It is necessary. If you want to speak in Spanish, you can do it. You are allowed to use Spanish or English, okay? No problem. It's not a class. This is not an examination. This is not nothing, okay? This is not an evaluation activity, so be confident about yourselves to talk into English if you need, right? So the topic today is amazing places around the world. But I would like to ask you first, what amazing places do you know in the world? What amazing places, surprising places, wonderful places do you know in the world? If you want to participate or if you want to say something, please raise the hand. Amazing places in the world. If you want to speak in Spanish, no problems. No problems, okay? Remember that this is not a class. Would you like to talk?
I don't know amazing place, but I would like to know, for example, Paris.
Paris. Would you like to know Paris, right? Where is Paris? Do you know where is Paris? In France. Very good. Thank you so much. And what do you know about Paris, for example? If you want to turn it off, press the button until the light is off. What would you like to know about Paris, or where is Paris? In France, as you told me. And what other amazing places do you know? Apart from Paris, which is an amazing place, I agree. Which one?
How do you pronounce Egypt? Not
Egypt.
Egypt, yes.
Okay, very good. Specifically in Egypt. Do you want to tell us about some amazing place that you know there, that you heard about?
For me, I consider a good place, amazing place for the, how do you say pyramids?
Pyramids.
Pyramids, no.
Yes, they are wonderful. Okay, and a final opinion. And a final opinion about an amazing place that you have heard about, that you know. An amazing place. We have heard Paris in France, pyramids in Egypt, and what other wonderful place?
Well, I believe that every place in the world is unique. It depends on the point of view of everyone.
Yeah.
Some of them are especially wonderful for literature, art, culture, or science investigation, but it is pretty difficult to talk about just one place.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, as I already said, every one of them is pretty perfect in some aspects. But I feel some deep love for Greece
Yes.
and Rome,
Yes.
because of we own them a lot.
Yeah, very good places come to your mind. Very good places come to your mind. And I agree with him. Saying a wonderful or an amazing place is quite difficult because there are many, many wonderful places around the world. Please?
I I didn't know the place in Hawaii, but I would like to know why. I do imagine the colorful, the gentleman,
Uh-huh.
the music, the culture, the history.
Uh-huh.
I would like.
And the natural resources there.
Okay.
Yeah, the animals, the environment. Yeah, wonderful. We are going to move forward. Thank you so much for your opinions. We are going to move forward. And then we are going to see some images. This was a kind of ice-breaking activity. I think we can move forward. Yeah. You can see different images here. You can see different images here. Now you are going to observe them carefully and try to say their names. Try to say their names. Observe them for 1 minute. Try to say their names. Try to say their names. Observe them for 1 minute. Try to say their... That's my voice. Okay. Observe the images carefully and try to say their names, as I told you before. If you want to participate, remember, raise the hand. Okay, you? You?
I am sure, but maybe the first picture is Machu Picchu, Peru.
Machu Picchu, right. Machu Picchu, very good. Okay, number 2. Number 2, closely related to your opinion, okay? Yes, you. Where are those, the second image?
Well, I'm guessing that's Egypt. Guessing. Yeah. And that's all. I don't know the others.
Number 3, closely related to your opinion. Not exactly an island, but it's in Greece. They are in Greece. We are going to see their names, but it is close, or that third image is very near to your opinion, right? They are in Greece. They are like some monasteries where monks live, and so on. And the fourth image, wonderful, no? Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's move. We are going to discover the sky on Earth. The sky on Earth. What do you think is this image about? Yeah, they say like that. Salt lakes. Salt Lake is a salt lake. Yeah, very good. Normally people call it the sky on earth because it's so clear, all right? The other image on the right corner, it's a natural beauty. It's not a painting. It looks like a painting, but it's not a real painting, right? No. No. And where about this? We are going to guess, don't worry. Where about this? This is very popular on Facebook, I think. Okay, and the last one. Yes, that's right. This is in France, and this image belongs to the Louvre Museum in France. Okay. Now we are going to say, and we are going to see. We are going to establish a relationship. We are going to establish or a kind of matching. For example, which of the previous image do you consider that could be possibly Meteora in Greece? Meteora in Greece. Yeah, of course, thanks. Which of these images could be Meteora in Greece? The third one, yeah. Meteora in Greece. We are going to see more information about that. This is Meteora. Which one do you consider could be the Royal Flower Park? The fourth one. Very good, the fourth one. This is not difficult. Right. Machu Picchu. The first one, right? We all agree on that. We all agree on that. And Pyramids of Giza in Egypt. The second image, right? And St. Gillan forums. Yeah, are you referring to this one? Yes, it's like a natural park there. It's like a natural park there where people can visit, as you can see it in the image. They can climb the stairs and they can see the landscape and they can take pictures. It's like a natural park, able to be visited by people, but local people or by tourists too, right? Glass Bridge in China. Yeah, this is a construction, a man-made construction. This is a wonderful construction, I mean, visited by many people. And it has an amazing effect about glass breaking, in which people feel afraid in certain moment of the movement. But it's wonderful too, okay? Ojuni Salts Flats in Bolivia, and Louvre Museum in France, right? Okay, those are the amazing places among many, many, many others. There are, as our guest today told us before, there are many, many, many wonderful places to be visited, which are worthy to be visited in the world. But for today, we pick up some of them, right? So, what about this map?
Yeah. All right, so I wanted to do a small activity with you guys. So we had 8 amazing places that Marta just explained about and that we just looked at. And I wanted to check your knowledge of geography to see if you could name the continents they are on and maybe point to where it is. So, for example, if I'm looking for Colombia, it's obviously going to be this one. And then I think maybe for you guys, as South Americans, the salt fields in Bolivia would be something you know, like you would be able to point to Bolivia more easily maybe than pointing to Egypt or pointing to France or the Netherlands. So can someone tell me where is Bolivia on the map?
Where is Bolivia? You can raise the hand if you want to.
Raise the hand, come up and point to it, or just sort of direct my finger and tell me to go down or up or left or right, or whatever you want. Yeah. The one that doesn't have a C. That can be both of these. That one. All right, so we got Bolivia down. Then Greece. Because some people said Greece was one of the wonderful places in the world, and I agree. I've been around Greece a little bit, and it's very, very beautiful. What continent are we looking for with Greece? Africa, Europe, Asia, South America, North America, or whatever. Yeah. All right, so near to, but that's this sea, right? So there's a lot of countries near that sea. I will just point to something. There. Ah, puedo practicar mi español, ¿sí? Pero como eso. That one. All right. Then we got Greece down. Then we have the royal flower parks in my country, in the Netherlands, in my capital, Amsterdam. So, what continent am I from? Europe. Perfect, but where are we? Because we're very small. We're one of the small countries in Europe. So that's Germany, that sort of big one. So on what side of Germany? From this side? Left or right or up or down? To the left. Perfect. Well, then we have like a small one there and a small one there. Do you know both of those countries? One is the Netherlands. No, Denmark's that small one there. Luxembourg is that, like you don't even see it on this map, that's how small Luxembourg is. Perfect. Belgium. So we speak the same language as well. So both in Belgium and in Holland we speak Dutch. But just in Belgium also a lot of people speak French because they are close to France. But yeah, so thank you. Machu Picchu. Peru. We had Bolivia, which was that one. To the left of Bolivia? That big one? I see people nodding. I think we agree. All right, perfect. Then we have the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. What continent? Africa. So we need somewhere in this giant area. Ukraine? That's oh, where's Ukraine? I think that's Ukraine. There's the sea, yeah? To the right, all right, so to the right. That one. You think? Someone wants to move my hand? All right, so you were right at first. This is Egypt, and then this is Sudan. And it's an old map, so this is two countries now. Northern Sudan and Southern Sudan. I guess we got an old map. Yeah, so I always recognize Egypt from like it's almost a square. That was colonialism. That was us Europeans going, yeah, you're a country now. Right, so we have two in China. That one shouldn't be too difficult. What continent is China? Asia. And then the big one, but there's a few really big ones in Asia. So which big one? That one's China. Perfect. All right, we're moving quickly now. We had Bolivia, so then France. Back to Europe. Let's start in my country then. So that one was the Netherlands, and below it was Belgium. And then below Belgium is France. So I think it might be actually the biggest country we have in Europe, or at least in Western Europe. All right, and then there was my double check. I think we were correct for everyone. Or does someone see a mistake that we made? I think we were correct. Impressive.
Your geography is very good. Well, we are going to move forward to see some videos about wonderful places. And then we are going to make an activity with those places and with those videos, okay? Yes. Yeah, here. We're just going to pay attention. It's a little support about the previous places we saw. And we are going to discuss a little bit about them. Yes.
The most beautiful places in the world. Geiranger Fjord, Norway. The Geiranger Fjord is one of the most visited tourist destinations in Norway, with a picturesque view of a gorgeous mountainous landscapes with a crystal blue river at the bottom. Whether you want to see the fjord from a boat in the river or make the trek into the mountains to one of the numerous observation decks, you won't be disappointed in seeing this location in person. Maldives. The Maldives is a desert island paradise that has 1,190 small islands. Despite the massive amount of islands that are spread out, only 200 of the islands are actually populated. One of the islands even looks like a heart, and it is the perfect vision of a breathtaking desert paradise. Lao Cai, Vietnam. Throughout Southeast Asia, there are these beautiful man-made rice terraces that help supply the country of Vietnam with their most staple food item, rice. The grain requires a flat surface and lots of water to grow, which isn't typical in the country, so people had to improvise and figure out an alternate way to grow their food. Their endeavors resulted in a beautifully colored landscape. Salar de Uyuni, Bolivia. Salar de Uyuni is the largest salt flat in the world, located in the Andes Mountains in Bolivia. The landscape is so crystal clear and reflective that it is considered to be a natural mirror and reflects the beautiful sunsets that grace the location each day. If undisturbed, it looks like you are walking in the sky. Yosemite National Park. Located in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California, Yosemite National Park is considered to not only be one of the most beautiful places in the United States, but also the entire world. Between the gorgeous mountains, rushing rivers, and tall sequoia trees, Yosemite is a popular tourist destination year-round, from skiing in the winters to camping in the spring and summer, and watching the leaves change in the fall. Midway Island. Midway Island is a 2.4 square mile atoll in the middle of the Pacific Ocean between the United States and Asia. The atoll became known as the location of the Battle of Midway in World War II, but despite seeing battle and bloodshed, the location is extraordinarily beautiful, with white sandy beaches, clear blue waters, and even wildlife relaxing on the beach. Pamukkale, Turkey. Pamukkale means cotton castle in Turkey, located in the Denizli province. The site has numerous natural pools of water which people have bathed in for thousands of years. Despite being a popular tourist attraction with thousands of visits each year, the location has been carefully preserved and is one of the most photographed locations in the world. Meteora, Thessaly, Greece. Meteora is considered to be the heavens among the earth. The name Meteora translates to middle of the sky or suspended in air, and the name is accurate to the location. Some of the world's most important sandstone monasteries are located here, and is it not only naturally beautiful, but the Greek Orthodox monasteries are breathtaking inside with their stained glass windows and architecture. Zhangjiai Dengxia landform, Gansu, China. The Zhangjiai Dengxia landform looks like it was painted by the hand of God himself, with colorful mountains and beautifully landscaped lines to form the mountains. Over the course of 24 million years, red sandstone and mineral deposits formed the colors and lines on these picturesque rocks. This location is so beautiful that people have a hard time believing that it is actually nature-made and not man-made. Fiordland National Park, South Island, New Zealand. Fiordland National Park is located in South Island, New Zealand, and was established in 1952. The picturesque mountains and reflective waters are a major tourist destination, but are also considered to be emotional to look at. The mountains seem to complete each other, and the scale of their size is overwhelming to onlookers. Controversy between conservationists and the government continues on whether to manipulate the location, but to date, it remains relatively untouched.
All right. Which places are the most interesting for you? Which of them do you consider the most wonderful? Some of them are breathtaking. Nos dejan sin aliento, right? Breathtaking, right? Which of them do you consider the most interesting? Think about 1 or 2 minutes, and then you are going to say or to express your opinions. Answer what comes to your mind. Yes, I'm going to give you the microphone. Yeah, don't be afraid. Would you like to talk through the microphone, or do you prefer to do it like that? Yeah, and why? Last place was beautiful to you? You already left, don't worry. This is not a class, don't worry. And be welcome. All right? She was referring to the last place we saw. The last place we saw on the video. Do you remember the name of the place? Or maybe the geographical location of that place? Could be, was it in Australia? New Zealand? Yeah, why this place catch your attention the most? If you want to speak in Spanish, no problem. Be confident. Yes. Yes. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. Another opinion about this video.
While we think about the place, I just noticed that there is no word for Sierra Nevada, or what, in English.
Yeah, not exactly. There are no words, but due to the proper name, it is a proper Spanish name.
Yeah?
You can leave it like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta.
Like she said in the video, Sierra Nevada. Well,
Yes.
I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Now I just want to say that the places which caught my attention the most were those natural places. And I think because when you're in those places, you feel like big and little at the same time.
Yeah, you feel big and little. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, because you change your mind, you make up decisions, and you can think due to their natural places, and you can practice meditation in some of them, or take pictures if you were a photographer or something like that. Yeah?
Sure, the name of the place is before the Meteora. Meteora is the place before.
The place before Meteora, can you help me? Just before Meteora.
Carefully preserved and is one of the most photographed locations in the world. Meteora, Thessaly, Greece. Meteora, located in the Denzali province.
Cotton Castle, Castillo de Algodón. Yes.
Okay, also I think it's a beautiful name.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place. Also, the place in I don't remember that the name. Before years ago, in this place were the wars, the battles.
Oh well, in the Second World War.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly. Midway.
Ooh, for me is interesting. So this actually no, now this place is for the place to visit with your family, but so many years ago was impossible to live here.
Uh-huh.
It was amazing place.
Yeah, very good. Thank you so much. Another opinion? Another person wants to share it. Could be in Spanish or in English.
I can't.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name, but it's localized in Bolivia.
Uh-huh. Uyuni Salt Floods.
Is beautiful because you can see the sky.
On
how do you
Earth.
say
Reflection.
reflection in the floor, in the piso.
On the floor, on the ground, yeah.
It's very interesting, and is my best is the best place for me.
Yeah. To you is the best place which is worthy to be visited. Right? Very good. I agree with you. It's an interesting place, a natural wonder, if I can say that, right? Another opinion? Another person wants to say something about that video? Another person, right? Josh, would you like to say something about the video?
About the places we visited, or we looked at. Is it on? Yes. So to me, I think most places are very interesting. I would like to visit the one in Bolivia, because we are close to Bolivia now, relatively. We're not close to Bolivia, but compared to the Netherlands, we're very close to Bolivia. But to me, because I am from the Netherlands, everything that is warm and everything that has mountains is really nice to me and really mind-blowing. So even Medellin was high on my list, which is why I am here. Because in the Netherlands we have no mountains, we are flat. The whole country is just flat. If you stand on a chair, you can see France from the Netherlands, because there's no mountains before France. So even if I'm in Medellin, if I look around and I see mountains on all the sides, then I'm every day just looking around like, it's crazy to me that you guys have mountains and you have to walk uphill and downhill, and you can't ride your bicycle just straight, you have to go up and down and up and down. So even that for me is just already an amazing place in the world, as long as there is mountains. And then all these places have mountains, I think, so yeah.
It's amazing. When you even stand up on a chair, you can see whole the country.
No, okay. So if there's a tree or a building in the way, you cannot. But if you stand on the top of a building, you can see really far compared to Medellin. In here, if you stand on a building, you can see until the Andes Mountains around you, but you cannot see past the mountains. You have to go all the way up the mountain to see until the next mountain. And we don't really have that. So as long as there's no clouds and nothing like that, which you will see later, because we have some pictures of the Netherlands, you will see pretty far into the distance if you are high enough for that, because we don't have mountains. We have one place we call mountain in the name, but it's 250 meters high, I think. So it's not officially a mountain, but we just call it mountain because it's the highest place we have, but it would be a hill, sort of, here.
Is this phenomenon normal in whole country or just in specific cities?
No, it's the whole country.
All right. Then tell us which places are not worthy to visit, that you wouldn't visit, and why? Which place is not worthy, is not so good enough to be visited? Yes. And why?
I wouldn't like to visit India.
India, all right.
And the reason I
Why?
I think that the culture is so difficult for me. So people so much so many the big country the people the weather. So it's so interesting the culture, knowledgement. But to the visit, the travel, the tourists, maybe no.
Maybe not. Okay, very good. It was good the answer for you? All right. Which other place you won't visit?
I think that if I have the opportunity of travel to around the world, whatever place, is the opportunity to expand my mind. So doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to you.
Yeah.
North Korea.
Oh my God.
Or South Korea.
Okay, I think, for example, in my case, I won't visit Syria. It's very sad, the situation in this country, the war, the victims, children. Yes, for the religion, yes.
Due to religious aspects, yeah, which are quite different to ours, right? Religion, culture in India is different. Yeah, but it's an opportunity to open our minds even wider that we have right now. All right, let's see. Let's move forward to the next video. We are going to see another video. Let's see what is it about. Let's see what is it about. How can?
Click there.
Going to click there. Can see.
And then that one.
We are going to see.
Yeah, so I think the video we chose here is a video about the 10 best places in the Netherlands, so in my country. I will tell you afterwards which ones I agree with and which ones I don't agree with. But I think it's number 6 is my city, which I want to talk about after the video. I have some pictures of my city, where I'm from and where I study. So pay attention with number 6 especially. And then the rest is just other places, and you will see it's all flat. It's all flat. What's flat in Spanish? Plano?
Llano. Yes. Can you turn off the lights? Someone can turn off the lights, please?
Ten best places to visit in the Netherlands. No visit to Holland is complete without a visit to the capital city, Amsterdam. However, there are so many more thrilling sights to see in the Netherlands. From the classic windmills and magnificent fields of flowers to historic town centers laden with museums and sights, Holland has much to offer visitors. These places to visit in the Netherlands are not to be missed, and most are easily accessible. 10. Gouda. Gouda is a typical Dutch city with lots of old buildings and pretty canals, and is a popular destination for a day trip, thanks to its great rail and highway connections. The city is famous for its cheese, its stroopwafels, syrup waffles, candles and its clay pipes. Attractions in Gouda include the beautiful 15th century town hall and the amazing glass windows in St. Janskerk. The compact city center is entirely ringed by canals and is a mere 5 minutes walk from the station. Rotterdam. Once a mere 13th century fishing village, Rotterdam is the Netherlands' most modern city today. Very bike-friendly like Amsterdam, Rotterdam boasts several historic districts for visitors to explore. The popular Delfshaven district is where the pilgrims launched sail from in 1620, and the summertime festivals and carnivals there attract visitors from nearby European countries every year. Erasmus Bridge is highly unique and imposing, but highly regarded as a work of art, as it soars over Europe's largest harbor. By far, the most popular visitor stop is at the Museum Boegemans van Beuningen, where artworks on display span from the Middle Ages to modern times, including masterpieces by Dalí, Van Gogh, Bosch, and Rembrandt. Groningen. This culturally diverse university city is small but boasts 2 colleges, making it the main place to visit in the northern part of the Netherlands, especially concerning the arts, business, and education. Museum lovers never tire in Groningen, as the Groninger Museum is one of the most innovative and modern in all of Holland, and there is additionally a graphical museum, Konigs Museum, Maritime Museum, and a university museum. Music and theater abound in Groningen, and many street cafes feature live entertainment. Because of its high student population, nightlife hotspots are a huge attraction, with the Grootmarkt, the Pepperstraat, and the Vismarkt being the most popular. Haarlem. The center of the tulip bulb growing district, Haarlem is unofficially dubbed Bloemenstad, which means flower city, and is naturally the home of the annual Bloemencorso parade. This quiet bedroom community lies along the shoreline of the Sparen River and boasts numerous intact medieval structures around town. Visitors enjoy shopping and perusing the stunning architecture and museums along the Grootmarkt city center. Popular museums in Haarlem include the oldest museum in the country, the Taylor's Museum, which specializes in natural history, art, and science exhibits. Art aficionados find themselves drawn to the Frans Hals Museum, where many Dutch masters' works rest. Utrecht. The rich Middle-Age history of Utrecht is very apparent in the city's architecture, with its most unique feature being the inner canal wharf system that was created to stave off parts of the Rhine River from invading the city center. Utrecht's claim to fame may be the fact that it boasts the largest college in Holland, the University of Utrecht. Another notable visitor attraction in Utrecht includes the awe-striking Gothic Cathedral of St. Martin, a 200-year structural feat that began in 1254. Architecture and museum enthusiasts should not miss the Dom Tower, the Rietveld Schroeder House, and the museum's Spiel clock, which boasts a vast collection of striking clocks, music boxes, and self-playing musical instruments. Maastricht. Best known for its dynamic city square, the Vrijsthof, Maastricht in southern Holland is home to the impressive St. Servatius Church, the St. Jan's Cathedral, and the old fortifications, or Vestigingzerkens, are huge draws for visitors here. Many annual festivals take place at the Vrijsthof, with local favorites arriving in autumn and winter, and this bustling town square also boasts amazing cafes, hip bars, and interesting galleries and shops. Other popular attractions in Maastricht include the St. Petersburg Caves and the Helpoort, the oldest surviving town gate of its kind in the Netherlands. The Hague. Best known for the contemporary art exhibits at the Gemeente Museum Den Haag and the Royal Picture Gallery Mauritshuis, The Hague is arguably one of the most extraordinary places to visit in the Netherlands. Known as the Royal City by the Sea due to its Dutch royalty citizens, visitors often enjoy spending time along the North Sea in the warmer months at the sea town of Scheveningen. Several notable monuments and historic districts are easily traversable in The Hague, and travelers can peruse the luxury department stores, cozy shops, and international art galleries with ease. The Binnenhof, the seat of the government of the Netherlands, is also located in The Hague even though Amsterdam is the capital. Other attractions in The Hague include the miniature city, Maduro Dam, and a 360-degree panoramic view of the Scheveningen Sea in the 19th century at Panoramumsdag. Delft. From the Renaissance-style City Hall building on the Markt Square to the city's traditional Holland canals, architecture, and vibe, Delft is a progressive town that has worked diligently to restore its antiquated appearance. This unspoiled town is an ideal day trip destination or vacation destination if the busy streets of Amsterdam are undesirable for a long stay. Popular sites include the Prinsenhof, where the bullet holes still remain from the death of William of Orange. This museum tells the tale of the 80 Years' War and also features many intriguing artworks. Those looking for a Johannes Vermeer souvenir or print cannot miss stopping by Vermeer Centrum in Delft. Leiden. The picturesque city of Leiden is a great place to visit for its scenic, tree-lined canals that are marked with old windmills, wooden bridges and lush parks. A boat ride down one of these lovely canals makes for an unforgettable experience. Attractions in Leiden include the numerous museums that range from science and natural history to museums dedicated to windmills and Egyptian antiquities. The Hortus Botanicus offers sprawling botanical gardens and the world's oldest academical observatory. Visitors can also admire the beautiful architecture of the 16th century Church of St. Peter and check out its association with several historic people, including the American Pilgrims. Amsterdam. One of Europe's most popular tourist destinations, Amsterdam is widely known for its party atmosphere, cannabis practice and the red light district. With over 1,500 fabulous monumental buildings and just as many bridges, visitors to Amsterdam spend much of their time exploring the eccentricities and marvelous museums dotting the 60 miles of canals across the city. The Anne Frank House and the Rijksmuseum are the most popular stops for history and art seekers, while the Prinsengracht area is one of the best places for shopping, gallery viewing, pub crawling, and checking out the unique coffee shops in Amsterdam.
So how was that listening to? Because the lady had a robot voice. So I can imagine it's difficult, but did you guys get to understand a little bit about my country? All right, I ask you to pay attention at number 6. Because number 6 is my city, which is Utrecht. And then that's how they say it in English, or how the Americans say it in Dutch, in my language. We don't have the Utrecht. We have a g for all the G's. So it's Utrecht. And there's a lot of these places. So Maastricht, what they wanted to say is Maastricht. But yeah, so it's an accent issue. I will just start here. So then here we took a picture of Amsterdam, of a place that they forgot to say in the video, which is the Anne Frank house. Can I see, maybe raise your hand if you know who Anne Frank is? I will not ask you anything, but just I'm curious. If you know the story of Anne Frank. Right, so just one. Right, then I'm, okay, 2, 3, some people. I will tell you the story then. So Anne Frank lived in, if I'm saying it correctly, this house. And then in the top floor during World War II, because they were a Jewish family, and they were hiding in the top of a shop. So there was a shop downstairs, and then upstairs they were hiding. And a lot of people did that during the World War, so that's not special, but she wrote a diary, because she was, I think, 15 when the war started, 14 or 15. So for 4 years they were just hiding in one room with 2 families, and then she wrote a diary which became very famous. And I think it was close to the end of the war, they were taken to a concentration camp in Poland, and then she died there just before the war ended, and then they found her diary again. So it's one of the most visited places in Amsterdam, is one of those buildings that there are thousands of them in Amsterdam, and one of them is just famous. Yes?
Was the diary written in German or in Dutch?
In Dutch. I think in Dutch, because she was a German, I'm pretty sure she was a German girl, but they moved to Amsterdam when in Berlin and in Germany the Nazis started taking control. They fled to the Netherlands, and then she learned Dutch. So I think she was writing it in Dutch. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but they translated it in a lot of languages. I've seen it in the Biblioteca here also, the translated Spanish version of her diary. You can get it here. And then on the right top is the Van Gogh Museum, which is the painter who cut off his own ear. Maybe you know that story. And he was on a lot of drugs, and that's why his paintings are very psychedelic. And it's one of the important painters who didn't want to paint what things actually look like, but what he thought they look like. So it's one of our most famous painters, and they have a whole museum just for him. And then in the video they showed a lot of the bicycles in Amsterdam. And I had to be a little bit patriotic there, because my city has more bicycles than Amsterdam. So this is in Utrecht in the central station area, where we are the biggest central station, the train station in our country. So you would go on your bicycle to the station, park it somewhere there, and then go where you have to go. And when you return, you have to start looking for your bicycle between all the thousands of bicycles. I think officially we have more bicycles than people in the Netherlands. In the same way that Medellin, I think, is close to having more cars than people, we have more bicycles than people. Again, because it's flat, so you don't have to go up and down hill, you can just drive on the flat road. So the worst thing that can happen is that it's going to rain. And then in the most cities, so that's my city in the right bottom, they have a channel of water running through the city, which is very different from Colombia, I think. Again, because you guys have mountains and it's difficult to get a river to flow through your cities. And we have so many rivers that people just started building cities around the river. And then they started guiding the river to go through the city so that they could drive their boat into the city. They could go through the city on their way to the sea. And for all kinds of reasons, they wanted to have water in the middle of the city, meaning that the small edge on the side of the river, on the side of the channel, through the city center in my city, is a park. So it's a city park. So it's not somebody who owns it, it's everyone's. So if you want to have a barbecue in the summer, or you want to have a drink over there, you can just bring a table and a chair and a barbecue and you can sit by the water for free, basically, on that side. So I think those are sort of the unique things that the video missed about the Netherlands. And then I just wanted to ask you, and maybe we can do that in groups. So from what I see, we have pretty much 4 groups together, and then I will join on this side. And maybe we will give you 5 minutes or something to talk about the video you just saw and see. I am just curious, do you ever want to visit the Netherlands? Would you ever want to visit to my country? We'll do one question and then we'll go on.
While seeing this video and those images, don't you feel a little homesick about it?
Me? No, not at all. No. No, when I see, well, I could show you actually the weather forecast right now in the Netherlands, maybe to scare you off a little bit. So it's 0 degrees now, and then in the night it's going to go in my city up to -10, because there's now air coming in from Siberia into Europe. So all of Europe is now between 0 and -20. And here it's 25 to 30 degrees. So no, I don't feel homesick at all. I'm very happy to be in Medellin and not there. All right, so if we can organize into groups, welcome, please join. If you want to sit somewhere over here, then we can have like a group here, a group there, a group there, a group there. 3 or 4 people, and then we will join in.
Yeah, you can join to them, or you can join to them, as you prefer to work. In 5 minutes, you are going to think about these questions. 5 minutes for discussing those questions about the videos we saw, right? About the previous videos we saw. Yeah, sure. Half hours past 11. 11:30, we're almost finishing in that moment. Yes, because we are aware that you have classes or you like to take lunch or something like that. At 1:30. The next will be on 8 March 18th. 18th.
Always is here.
No, sometimes it's on the 4th floor.
Fourth floor.
Sometimes it's up there on the 4th floor, yeah. It's an auditorium. informal. What do you mean? We can ask. He's a little bit shy. Answering the responses. Maybe it depends on the
It's like a case in the language is
Sorry, I'm going to change a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the second question that you're asking me. Which of the places were known or familiar to you?
Yeah, so I would like to get your answers now a little bit. So if you have been discussing amongst the groups, who had like a good reason why you would like to visit the Netherlands or why you would never ever visit the Netherlands? Because that's okay too. You can say, I don't like your country, I don't want to visit. In general, do you want to go to the Netherlands? Or not? Or do you have another place? What do you think?
Honestly, I don't have enough information for knowing whether I want to go or not, so it's weird.
Yeah, you came in later, so you didn't see the places.
I was.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I think your neighbor. Yeah.
I think I would like to visit the places with a lot of uh, the countryside, like with the farms, the flowers, and the rivers, and all the stuff look really pretty on the video. So I think that's like the most interesting place I'd like to go visit there.
Why?
Because I just like that relax kind of feel that vibe that kind of place gives. I don't know. I just like it looks pleasing to look at.
Do you think that would be everywhere? That you would rather see the countryside than the city?
I think I'd prefer the countryside, yeah, than the city.
And in Colombia too? Would your advice to me be to leave Medellin and go look at Antioquia, the countryside?
Well, I am sure they're very pretty looking places, but I'm not sure actually because it's like very apart from the cities and the actual civilization, let's say, stuff. But and also because it might be more dangerous, I think maybe because this
in Antioquia compared to Medellin, like in the country.
Maybe because of the illegal groups. I don't know. I'm not sure. However, on here in Colombia, I don't think so. But otherwhere, it will look pretty nice.
Okay.
In my opinion.
All right. No, I can understand. Your neighbor.
Well, I would like to go there because I like to ride bikes, but I can't do that. I mean, I live, I don't know if you know where is San Antonio de Prado.
Sí, conozco.
So I need like more than an hour to come here every day. So
On the bicycle or with the metro?
No. I would love to be able to do that. So that's a good reason to go there, I guess, because I associate the Netherlands with a bicycle. Well, I think that's
rightfully so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you. I will move this to maybe another group.
I would like to visit first Colombia in general before to travel to other countries. But I would like to travel to Turkey. Yes, because it's very interesting. I think has the unique city of the world that is intercontinental. Istanbul.
Istanbul, yeah.
Yeah, Istanbul is
It's partly in Europe and partly in Asia.
Partly in Europe and Asia, so you can pass the two continents. So amazing, and I like to ride cycle too. So I imagine that place is the paradise for the people that like cycle. So amazing.
You prefer Istanbul? That's okay. I think I prefer Istanbul too.
I would like the parks of Disney.
The parts of, sorry?
Disney.
Disney?
I would like to know Disney. I am not sure where is the location exactly. Orlando.
Holland, the Netherlands, yeah.
But the activities, funniest, the say the art, the buildings, tell about Disney is a magic world of the. I would like to know the characters of the movies.
I think that you need to go to the United States if you really want to see Disney and like some Disney stuff. I think you would need to go to the United States because Walt Disney was from America, not from the Netherlands. So he was in Hollywood, and then in Hollywood they have some places about Walt Disney. But you can come to the Netherlands and watch Disney movies in my country, no problem. In Orlando, Florida. Yeah. Yeah. So there is a big Disney park in Orlando, Florida, and then there's a big one near Paris in France. And I mean, if you're in Europe, it's all close. So if you are in the Netherlands, it's maybe 4 or 5 hours with the car to go to Paris in France to visit the Disney park there. It would be the same if you wanted to see something in Berlin, in Germany. It would be 4 or 5 hours. It's an hour and a half to get to Belgium, to Brussels. So if you, the travel it takes from here to Bogota on the bus is pretty much what it would take for me to get to maybe Italy or Greece, all the way in the south of Europe. So nothing is far away, I guess. Anyone on this side have a comment? Go ahead.
In Netherlands, I would like to visit Amsterdam because I don't know, I feel some magic with that place because of its nature, its art, and of course the tulipans. I believe is
the flowers.
The flowers.
Yeah.
Is some magical a symbol from Netherlands. And which one is familiar to me? That.
Yeah, you know about the tulips.
Yeah. What places are worth it to visit in the Netherlands or in general?
In general, I mean, we've moved already from Istanbul to Orlando, Florida. So in general, I know you wanted to go to Greece at some point.
Well, in some point, yes. I study Hispanic philology, so we are a lot permeate of ancient Greek and Rome. So it's pretty much value for us. Obviously, but I don't agree with the, I don't know whom of them, to visit first all of Colombia, to know my country, my homeland first. I think that's pretty special and the first step for being able to knowing the whole world.
So you would say first go somewhere in Colombia and then you have something to compare it to, like you have your own country. I can see that also because Colombia, and we're going to talk about that next, is very big and has a lot of differences. So I think in Bogota right now it's like 9 degrees or 10 degrees or something. Here it's 25, and then in the coast it's even warmer, and you have like Amazon areas, you have mountain areas. So it's so diverse that I can see that. For someone like me from the Netherlands, as you've seen, all our cities are the same. So I grow up in one city. If I go to another city, I will never think, what is this place? Or it's so different. I will think, oh, they have a different church here. Or their river goes another direction or whatever. But it will be really similar to the place that I know, the city that I know and the area that I know. Even if I go into the rural or the countryside, I would have seen that from the train, and it's all farms. So I know it. I know there's going to be like farms with grass, and there's going to be cows on the grass or sheep. But it's not going to blow my mind. So I want to visit another country first. But if you're in Colombia, I can imagine you first want to see maybe the Amazon, or maybe the mountains in the Andes, or maybe the coast. I can see that. Let's do the last one, and then we'll move on.
I would like to know China. For me, China is an amazing place, amazing country. I want to learn Chinese language in the future. It's a possibility.
Mandarin or Cantonese? Because they have two. Mandarin and Cantonese.
The first. Yes, Mandarin. Yes, the Mandarin is the first language in the world. I consider it is important to know this language, yes. The culture in this country is amazing for me. I like.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. I think I was going to move on, or do you want to move on? Yeah.
Okay, now we are going to see in this slide the wonderful places in Colombia. Try to name them. We are going to see those images, and we are going to analyze where are they located on what are their names. For example, the first one. Yeah, very good. That is located there. And what is the name exactly? Do you know? The precise name of that? Maybe you? It is near to Huila, and it is San Agustin Park, right? The second one is really difficult. If you haven't been there, trying to guess or guessing what is the same as about is a little bit difficult. But try to guess. I'm going to give you a clue. It is in the center of our country. It's in the center, in Santander. Very good. Chicamocha Canyon, excellent. Or for some other people, Chicamocha Park. Why is this park famous for? Have you ever visited? Have you ever been there? No, this is a canyon because this is, as our partner told us, is a canyon. Behind this mountain there is a canyon, and you can go down and then you can go up through machines. And this is an attraction, a touristic attraction, right? And a touristic places to visit, a touristic place to visit. And what about the third image? How so? No, not exactly. Yeah. This is very interesting. This is in Santa Marta, and this is interesting because when you're close to this place, you can feel two types of weather, two types of climate. You can see strong winds from these mountains, and you can feel warm from the sea. So it is a strange feeling because you feel winds here and hot here in the same place on the highway. You? Yeah, in Spanish, no problem. Okay, but this is in Santa Marta. This is near to Tayrona Park. Yeah? And this is we chose this place because due to the weather, it's amazing there. It's amazing the feeling that you have. You feel warm and you feel hot. Warm and hot all the time. Yeah. Yes, the Lost City in Tayrona Park. And the fourth image, Salt Cathedral. Yeah, Salt Cathedral. And where is it located? Zipaquirá. Okay. Why is this Salt Cathedral famous for, apart from being, of course, a cathedral made entirely from salt? Why is this famous? Because, you know why? Yes. 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 Yes, I think it is very deep under the ground. I think 800 meters under the ground. Yeah. I think, I'm not quite sure, maybe I'm mistaken about this, 800 meters down the ground, yeah? Above it is a mountain, yeah, you can see there is a parking lot and this is the entrance maybe, but you can go and you go down and go down and go down and down there you can see the cathedral, right? That's true what you say, yeah, it was a mine salt. And it was famous because of the salt production. Now it is an touristic attraction for everyone. And finally, which place is this? Yeah, Caño Cristales. Why is Caño Cristales famous for around the world? Yeah, it's the liquid rainbow, el arco iris líquido, right? Because this river has 3 colors on it, on its way. Now let's think about these 3 questions. What places in Colombia are worthy to visit, aside from the previous ones we saw? What places, what touristic sites would you recommend to be visited? For example, for us. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So we have, I think this is the last activity we had planned.
Yeah.
And it's 11:30 now, so we have like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes left.
5 or 10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes left.
To finish, right.
So do you have the post-it cards somewhere?
Yeah.
Then I had a question to you guys again. Last question I have to you guys. Which is these 3 things. If you want to show me, because I am new. I have been in Medellin now 2 or 3 weeks. And I want to travel in Colombia. But I don't know exactly where to go. So you can advise me. So you're getting a post-it card. And then I have a map of Colombia. And I want to ask you to talk to each other and write down a name of a place in Colombia that you think I have to visit. If you are in Colombia, I am here for 1 semester, you have to go there. Maybe you say you have to see Bogota. In this country.
In this country.
Anywhere in Colombia, and then if you have it, please come here and stick your post-it note on the map. Then by the end, I will know exactly where to go.
Yes, you have 5 minutes.
¿Entienden? O en otra vez en español.
Well, do you understand the instruction? Do you understand the instructions that just gave you?
Sí.
Yeah.
Claro.
Recommend a place for him to be visited, which you consider worthy for as a touristic attraction, and you write the name. But wait 2 minutes for the rest to finish. Yeah, you write the name there, and you can stick there, and you can stick the place here, and you can say why. Digan por qué, and you can say why it's worthy to be visited. Explain just why this place is worthy to be visited.
Meanwhile, we'll have a list with the attendance going around.
Only one place.
The one best place.
Remember, you say the name, you write the name of the place, come here, paste the place where you consider it is located, and you have to explain just why. Why is this place worthy to be visited? You have to explain. And you say, for example, Guatapé.
I've been to Guatapé. I know why Guatapé.
Did you know why Guatapé is worthy to be visited? Due to the Peñol Rock, right? Have you ever been to San Andres?
No. No, and not to Providencia either. Should I go there?
Yeah.
Why should you go?
You are going to explain it. One minute. Okay, let's begin. You. Yeah.
Come on over.
And then you explain why.
because there is a lot of nature.
Which jungle? The Amazon.
And you have to go there because it's such magical experience.
That's the basin, right? Like the Amazon basin? Wait. In My Lonely Planet, it's called the Amazon basin. Yeah, of course, go ahead. It's English. Yeah, what was this card? Guatapé? Guatapé town.
Why?
¿Por qué?
Because
Why Guatapé? Why he should visit there?
you should visit Guatapé because it's a colorful town.
Santa Fe is also.
Santa Fe too, but Guatapé, why? And the biggest stone. Yes, it's a place so beautiful.
It's a colorful town.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, it's a colorful time. Perfect, thank you. Anything else? Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. If we have some notes on there, then I can ask you about the notes. Which one? San Andres. That's an island, right? San Andres? Take your time, take your time. Very up, I will do it. La Guajira. Where is it? On the
Like a small head, like the small head there. Exactly.
How long time you will be here?
in Colombia.
6 months.
4 or 5 months in total, from beginning to end. Okay, so here's one. Nikia? Nuki Choco. Because in this place you can see the birth of whales. People are amazing. The food is greatest in the world to me. I saw a picture of food from Choco and it was a sheep, like a whole sheep. Like the, you know, the, what's sheep in Mato? Barato? Sheep, the animal. Oveja, yeah. It was like a picture from Choco where someone was and they were like barbecuing a whole sheep. No? Okay. Claro. Tengo que ir a Choco. Okay, perfect. San Andres on Panama. San Andres. ¿Por qué San Andres? ¿Por qué San Andres? Tropical. Okay. Cartagena. Cartagena is there, right? No, I'm going in 2 weeks. Yeah. But why? Why do I have to go to Cartagena?
Well, it's considered one of the 100 most beautiful cities in the world. It's extremely beautiful and very touristic. There are many fun places where you can go and beautiful places.
All right, nice. People told me I should not go to Cartagena, I should go around Cartagena. Because they said Cartagena is for 1 day, but then you will be sick of the tourists. So you should go to Santa Marta or you should go to the Las Islas in the sur. Was that all the post-its we had? Any more places? Or are there 6 beautiful places in Colombia? Yeah, you should. What party is that? En español? San Paulo, sí. When is that? ¿Cuándo es? No estoy aquí. Been to? Cisneros, the metro station, yes. But not the place, no. No, but Medellin has a metro station, Cisneros. I have been there. I have not been to the... No.
I live there, and it's very beautiful. There are many places you can go. For example, there's a train, a huge train that was used before to transport people and everything. There's a train station. There are a lot of drivers.
Cisneros.
Perfect. Correct me if I am mistaken. Cisneros famous for fishing?
No.
For fisheries, no?
Fishing. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's more famous for sugar
production.
Vanilla.
Oh, it's very good.
All right. I've been to Envigado, but I've not been to Cisneros.
Cisneros is 2 hours from here.
2 hours? You said close to Medellin. 2 hours.
2 hours, more or less.
That's not close to Medellin. Guatapé took 2 hours. Okay, Cisneros. It will be my next stop.
Do you have any further questions or comments?
Yeah, I think we have to start stopping. So last questions, I guess.
2 minutes more?
I saw on the video the port stuff and the ocean, but I was like wondering if there is really anything that prevents the water from the ocean getting
Floods, yeah. So the biggest danger in the Netherlands is flooding because we are below sea level. So this is the country, and these are the parts that are below sea level. So this is what the country will look like if the sea starts to rise. So here you can see it better. Meaning my city, Utrecht, which is here. My house is, I think, 2 meters below sea level. And then everything near the coast is like maybe 4 or 5 meters below sea level. But we have, in the world, we have the most famous water engineers. So like one of the most famous jobs that Dutch people have is I think it's called water engineer. And they are used in all over the world. So when there's a hurricane in the United States, they take Dutch engineers to see if they can find a way to remove the water. They're using it now in Colombia also, in some places that are going to flood maybe at some point. China uses a lot of Dutch engineers. Dubai has built a whole new piece of land using that system. And it's called dikes in English. Dijken in Hollandaise. See. So we have a lot of very big structures keeping away the seawater and keeping it more level. And then what we call the afsluitdijk, which I think might be the longest dike in the world, created a lake out of what used to be the sea. And I am not a water engineer, so I don't know if I'm going to explain this correctly. I don't know if I'm going to explain this correctly, but so this area here is all dike, which I think it's maybe 50 kilometers or something, which has a road on it also. And then this here has become a lake. So this used to be the ocean, and now it's a lake. And if I understand it correctly, This is also our basin. So if too much water is coming, we can put it there. So there's like a really intricate system on the dike itself that can regulate if it's going to put some water there so that it's not going into the land. And then we used to have 11 provinces, and this whole area is our newest province. I think it's 30 years old now, because it used to be sea, but we pumped out the water, and we were like, we need more space. We put the water in the ocean, and we built cities there. So now it's about 100,000 or 200,000 people living on what used to be sea. And there was some protest from Kampen, among other things, because they used to be like on the beach. And then they're not on the beach anymore because all the water was taken out, and now there's a city next to them and not the sea. So yeah, that. No, we speak Dutch in the Netherlands. Holandés. En español hablamos holandés. Sí. But we are very small, so we have to learn other languages. If you just speak Dutch, then you can speak to, I think, 17 million people in the world, which is not a lot. And you cannot really travel around that much because, oh, this is a small map. This is us. And then this is Germany. Nobody there speaks Dutch. This is Belgium. They speak a little Dutch. And then you have France, and they don't speak Dutch. So we have to learn German, Spanish, German, French, and English in high school. So yeah, but it's because we're very small. If you're from Colombia and you speak Spanish, you can travel all over South America with Spanish, and maybe in Brazil you will have a little bit of trouble, but for the rest, for the most part, you can speak Spanish. We don't have that luxury.
Final question. Last question for him? No, it's okay. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
you.